Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Double Reward. The Quran is a great book. It's a clear book. It's a book filled with wisdom. And in this program, we're trying to learn from that wisdom. And we're trying to be touched by the Quran. We're going to be reading some surah or some surahs, and also we're going to be learning the rules of tajweed. Today's surah is about man's mad rush to acquire worldly gain. Now, worldly gain is not necessarily a bad thing. It's okay to strive to acquire good things, pleasures, because Allah wants you to thank. If you don't have pleasures and you don't have things that you go after, then you won't have a reason to thank. So Allah wants to give you these things so that you can show gratitude. But what happens when it gets out of line? When it becomes unnatural? When it becomes strange? What happens when it drives us to wrong our brothers, to grow arrogant? This is what the Quran wants us not to do. The Quran wants us not to be diverted by our desire for worldly gain from our real purpose in life, which is to worship Allah and be good Muslims. During the time of the Prophet ﷺ, some of the Arabs began to boast. They said, "We have a bigger tribe than your tribe," or "Our family is greater in number." And the other Arabs said, "Well, no, our family is greater and our family is bigger." And what happened was they got so wrapped up in trying to show who was better, they went to the cemetery to count the dead for each family to see who was greater. No, this kind of madness we should not have. Let's see what the Quran says. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. So you see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He talks about how on the Day of Judgment we'll be asked about the pleasures that we've enjoyed. Let's listen to the translation of that. I seek refuge in Allah from Satan the accursed. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. The mutual rivalry for piling up of worldly things diverts you until you visit the graves. Nay, you shall come to know. Again, nay, you shall come to know. Nay, if you knew with sure knowledge, verily, you shall see the blazing fire. And again, you shall see it with certainty of sight. Then on that day, you shall be asked about the delight. So you see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that on the Day of Judgment, you'll be asked for your delights, for your pleasures. Allah will want to know how you enjoyed them. Did you thank Him for them or not? Were you excessive? Did you remember to share and give with others who were more needy? Now that we've talked about the surah, let's practice it together here in the studio. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
ألهاكم التكاثر
ألهاكم التكاثر
حتى زرتم المقابر
حتى زرتم المقابر
كلا سوف تعلمون
كلا سوف تعلمون
ثم كلا سوف تعلمون
ثم كلا سوف تعلمون
كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين
كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين
لترون الجحيم
لترون الجحيم
ثم لترونها عين اليقين
ثم لترونها عين اليقين
ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم.
ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم.
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Okay, let's practice some individual recitations. Are you guys ready?
Inshallah.
Okay. We're going to read them. I'll listen to you one by one and we'll look at what you're saying, etc. Try to help you with your recitation, inshallah. Why don't you start? CD, start with the beginning of the surah, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhaakum at-takathur.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المكابر.
Okay, 1 second. Start from the beginning one more time for me.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر.
Okay, hold up here. Now, remember, we have, in Arabic, we have the ha and we have the ha. Okay? Let's practice those two. Can you repeat after me? Ha.
Ha.
And then ha.
Ha.
Very good. You see the difference between them?
Yeah.
The ha has a little soft, gentle hissing sound. Whereas the ha doesn't have that sound at all. One more time. Ha.
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 Okay, very good. So this is ألهاكم التكاثر. Okay? Go ahead.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المكابر.
Okay, hold up here. Now remember, we've got two letters. We've got the qaf and we've got the kath. Okay? When you pronounce the kath, you pull the corners of your mouth back. You go like this. Kath. The qaf, you bring your lips together. Okay, can you say ka?
Ka.
Good. Now I want to hear the qaf sound. It comes from the back. Qaf.
Qaf.
Good. So can you do that for me? I want to hear maqabir, not makabir. Okay?
مقابر.
ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر. Go ahead.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر.
Excellent. Very good. Keep going.
كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين.
Can I hear you say كلا لو تعلمون instead of كلا لو?
كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between كلا لو and كلا لو?
I don't know.
Like, can you, well, what does your ear tell you? كلا لو and كلا لو.
It's more stronger.
Okay, yeah, it's longer. It's longer. That alif, we're saying we're pronouncing it for a longer time. Okay? So we're saying كلا. See that alif after the lam? Okay, instead of كلا لو. So كلا لو. Go ahead.
كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم.
لترون الجحيم.
لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألون يومئذ عن النعيم.
ثم لتسألن.
ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم.
Very good, mashallah. Very good, mashallah. You learn very, very quickly. Brother, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your name?
My name is Abu Yusuf.
Abu Yusuf, mashallah. You have a son?
Yeah, I have a son, Yusuf.
Mashallah. How old is he?
He's 2 years old.
Mashallah. May Allah bless him for you.
Thanks.
Where are you from?
I'm from Albania.
From Albania, mashallah. Okay, that's very good. Ahsant. Osama? You ready to read for us, inshallah?
I'm afraid I have not memorized it.
Okay, that's okay. Inshallah, we're going to talk about that after we come back from the break. Inshallah, we're going to stop, and we'll be back shortly with Ahkam al-Tajweed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Osama, how are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Are you good?
Yes.
Okay. Let's practice 2 ayahs, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Alhaakumut takathur.
ألهاكم التكاثر
حتى زرتم المقابر.
حتى زرتم المقابر.
Okay, very good. Osama, were you able to practice for today's show last night?
No, I didn't practice last night. I practiced though this morning.
In the morning. How long did you practice for?
Around 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay, you got to get more than that in. But how much do you usually practice?
An hour and a half.
Now, okay, that's good, inshallah. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name, brother?
Ahmed.
Ahmed. Where are you from?
From Bosnia.
From Bosnia. MashaAllah. Are you married?
No, but I plan.
Inshallah.
I plan to do that.
Very good. Okay, can you read for us, starting from the 3rd verse? كَلَّا سَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم.
One more time. كَلَّا لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عِلْمَ الْيَقِينِ.
كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين.
Okay, we want to focus on the same issue here. I want to hear you say yaqeen, qaf.
Okay.
Say that for me, and then Ahmed will go to you. Okay?
كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين.
Yaqeen.
كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين.
We're going to have to work on that, but that's an improvement, inshallah.
Okay.
Ahmed, can you finish it up, please? Can you finish up the surah?
Should I start with Bismillah? Because I'm starting mid.
Yeah, yes, you can start with Bismillah. That's the correct thing to do.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
You can start reading from لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ.
ترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم.
Okay, can you say for me ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ.
ثم لتسألن.
Very good, excellent. Now we want to get into today's rule of tajweed. Now, sometimes you have a letter that's coming after a noon, a sakina, and it's not quite pronounced like idhar, but it's not quite pronounced like idgham. It's pronounced somewhere in the middle, and this is called ikhfa. In ikhfa, the noon sound hides, because that's what ikhfa means. Ikhfa means to hide. So remember what we said about the idhar. Idhar was to pronounce and articulate the noon clearly, completely. In idgham, that was on the other side of the spectrum, and that was the noon was completely gone and assimilated into the letter after. But ikhfa is a little bit different. It's somewhere in the middle. So the question we want to ask ourselves is, so when does ikhfa apply? Ikhfa applies when you have a noon sakina in any one of the letters that you see. The sad, the dhal, the tha, kaf, the jim, the sheen, the qaf, the seen, the dal, till the end of the list. So you're probably thinking to yourself, whoa, all those letters, how am I going to memorize them? Well, there's a way to do that. There's a line of poetry, and inshallah we're going to practice it together, that has all of the letters, and it has a nice, beautiful meaning. The line is, صف ذا ثنا كم جاد شخص قد سما دم طيبا زد في تقى ضع ظالما. Now let's break that down. And I'm going to be asking you guys some questions. The first word is صف. Okay? Abu Yusuf, what are the letters of صف?
صاد
And?
fa.
Good, excellent. So now we know the first 2 letters of ikhfa are sad and fa. So whenever you have a noon sakina and a sad or a fa, you know that ikhfa applies. Okay? Usama, ذا ثنا. What letters do you hear there?
ذا ثنا ذال. ألف.
Okay. How about thana? What sound do you hear there?
ذال.
Thana.
Noon.
Thana.
That.
And thana. Noon.
Mm.
Did you hear the noon?
Yes.
Now you got to be careful because the alif is not one of the letters of ikhfa. Okay, the alif is one of the letters of idhar. Okay?
Oh.
Okay, moving on to the other letters. Ahmed. Kam jada.
Kam jada, we have kaf, and then mim, and then jim, wadal.
Dal, very good. Actually, your name is Ahmed and your name is Ahmed too.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll go by the older. You can be Ahmed number 1 and you can be Ahmed number 2.
Okay.
Okay. Ahmed number 2, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Listen carefully. Shakhsun qad sama. But let's stay with shakhs. What letters do you hear there?
I hear a sheen and ghain.
Is it shakhsun or is it shakhsun?
Okay. A kha.
Good. Excellent. Very good. How about qad sama?
I hear a qa.
Good.
And
Qad.
and dal.
Good. How about sama?
Sin. Alif.
Sama.
Mim.
Mim. Very good. Dum tayyiban. Let's start here again, Abu Yusuf. Dum tayyiban.
We have here dal, and after that mim, and after that ta, after that ya, and ba.
Actually, the ya is not one of the letters of, it's tayyiban, the ba. Straight into the ba, inshallah. Okay? Usama, the next one. Zid fi tuqan.
Zain. Dal. Pa. Ta. Noon.
Zid fi tuqan.
Yeah.
How about the qaf?
Oh. Off.
Did you
Yes,
missed
I
that,
heard the cough.
Okay. ضع ظالما. Ahmed number 1.
Okay, it's dad, and ain, and za, walam, and lam, and mim.
Actually, the lam and the meme, it's only the first, in this case, it's just the first word,
Okay.
the first letter. The lam and the meme are letters of idgham. Okay? Now let's practice that line together, inshallah, all of us. Repeat after me. Sif dha thana.
Sif dha thana.
Come on, a little bit louder. Sif dha thana.
Sif dha thana.
Kam jada shakhsun.
Kam
jada
shakhsun.
Qad sama.
Qad sama.
Dum tayyiban.
Dum
tayyiban.
Zid fi tuqan.
Zid fi tuqan.
ضع ظالما.
Da zalima.
Now this is a very clever line of poetry because it admonishes you. It tells you to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to have God-fearingness, to be a good person, etc. And inshallah, when you hear it again and again, you'll be able to memorize it. So now let's focus on the sound and practicing the sound of ikhfa. So let's look at some examples because that's the best way to understand what ikhfa is. The first example that we have is fansab. Now remember what we said about learning ahkam al-tajweed, that we're going to look at the word, we're going to ask ourselves, how is this word pronounced without the rule? Then we're going to apply the rule to see the difference. So let the example that you see is pronounced without ikhfa, fansab. With ikhfa, it's pronounced fansab. Let's practice that here together. Repeat after me. Fansab.
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 Now I bet you that second time you heard that something happened to the noon. It wasn't articulated completely. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Okay. And the reason for that is because of ikhfa. The noon is hiding. That's what ikhfa means, to hide. Okay, let's move on to another example. This example is pronounced without ikhfa, anzarnakum. With ikhfa, it's pronounced anzarnakum. Repeat after me. Anzarnakum.
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 Okay, let's get some more practice. Al-untha. Can you hear that noon, Ahmed? Al-untha.
Yes.
Now what's going to happen when we have ikhfa?
It's gonna hide.
It's going to hide. You're not going to be able to hear it as clearly. And also you're going to draw out the sound a little bit. So let's practice. Al-untha.
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 Okay, another example. Let me ask you guys a question. Abu Yusuf, do you see the noon in the example that we have?
Yeah, I see the noon.
Okay, what letter is after it?
Tha.
Is it tha? Listen with your ear. In kadarat.
Is kaf.
Exactly, kaf. So what does that mean? What rule applies here?
I think ikhfa,
Ikhfa. Why?
because there is noon sakin, and after it is the harf kaf, and it is one of the letters of ikhfa.
Excellent. Great. Very good. Let's look at another example. This is pronounced without ikhfa. An ja'ahu. Repeat after me. An ja'ahu.
An ja'ahu.
With ikhfa, it's pronounced an ja'ahu.
An ja'ahu.
Okay, now let's recap and kind of summarize. First of all, Ahmad, can you tell us what a noon sakina is?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a noon with no after sound.
Okay.
And it's, it's stable. There's just makes, n.
Okay, very good.
And
Now,
it doesn't have any of the harakat on.
very good. It doesn't have a fatha or a kasra or a dhamma.
Yeah.
So whenever we have a noon sakina like this, and then we have one of the letters of ikhfa, which we saw at the very beginning of the show, then we have ikhfa. Very good. Ahmed, number one.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what ikhfa is?
Fa is hiding of the noon sakina when it comes in front one of those letters that we just mentioned.
Okay, so either we have the noon sakina coming after one of the letters that we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, mashallah.
Yeah.
Osama, can you tell me a little bit about the quality of the sound that you hear? Can you describe the sound?
In the Quran, or?
No, in the Quran, yes.
It's almost a hidden noon.
Okay, did you notice that we are drawing our voice out?
Yes.
Like, for example, we didn't say in kadarat. No, there was a pause. We were holding our breath a little bit. We were holding the sound. We said in kadarat. Did you get that quality in what I said?
Yes.
Okay, practice that with me. In kadarat.
In kadara.
In kadarat.
In kadarat.
Okay, very good. So when you have the letters of ikhfa and a noon sakina, the noon sound is going to hide. You're going to hold your breath for about 2 instances. Inshallah, that's enough for today, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.